Good morning, everybody. It's Terry here from TerryandLee.com, where I talk about the tech behind having or getting your online business up and running and not making tech a headache. So, before I get too far, I'm going to check, as always, to make sure my live stream is coming through. It looks like it is.
Make sure my
Yep, there I am talking back to myself. I'm checking on my live on my YouTube channel. So I'm trying something new this year. I'm actually broadcasting simultaneously to my YouTube channel as well as to my Facebook page. So depending on where you're finding me, definitely take a moment to click the notifications or subscribe so that you don't miss out on our weekly, yes, weekly going live stream that I'll be doing at 10, Tuesdays at 10. See if I can say that fast a couple of times. And if you're catching me live, definitely hit in the comments hashtag live, or if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. I'm trying to find the best time that works that people can definitely tune in live and ask questions. And so I'm going to bring up also the chat just so I can see, because a couple of times I didn't see the chat and somebody had made a comment or asked a question and I didn't actually see it until after I got off and or after the live stream ended, and then I replied to them. So okay, so here we go. Let me bring this up. Hopefully, it won't start playing, and I'm sure it will. Yes, there we go. And then now I can see the chat, and some say. There we go. So it's all good. So I hope everybody had a really good holiday. I kind of, well, no, not kind of. I admit I took like a little bit past the first for a little mental health and regrouping and working on some strategies and some new things for 2020 myself, which is why I wanted to talk a little bit about sort of the business strategies, especially if you're just getting started with maybe your online business and obviously the tech behind it. Now, I'm going to be referring to my cheat sheet, my little notes here. So if you see me looking down, that's most likely why. Boy, I don't think I brought up enough water for today, but okay. But anyway, over the holidays, I was talking with a friend who is interested in having an online business, but she's going back and forth on, whether she should use Facebook and all these other kind of things. And I said, well, you're already ahead of yourself and worrying about what platform to use before you've kind of done some of the preliminary work. And so we were talking about a strategy of what you could do um, if you were starting all over from scratch. And for her, it would be, but for me, if I had to go back and start over, kind of what would I do maybe the same, and what would I do differently as far as having an online business? The more you learn, the better you do, and those kind of things. So I said the first thing I would do is validate your idea. You can use ads. That's a paid ads is always the quickest way, but not everybody has the funds for paid ads to kind of put out, hey, um, uh, are you interested in this idea? And it's more than that, but it's a way to find out the pain points of whatever niche you might be in. You can also just do feelers, emails with the people that you already know. Now, chances are your friends and family might not be part of your ideal client demographics, or their your ideal client avatar, as they call it. But it's a place to start. Maybe you're part of a bowling league, or you're part of some kind of different community outside of work and outside of your immediate friends and family. I apologize. I'm still kind of getting over being sick over the holidays. But nevertheless, it's a way to ask a question and verify the pain points that you're thinking you're solving and what your ideal client really needs. So in my case, I love tech. Tech has been my thing, my career, and what have you. But in the online space, it's not just solving tech for tech's sake. It's solving the tech so that people, one, don't pull their hair out, but so that they can get their online business up and running quickly and start making money. So I'm not claiming the marketing piece, but I'm like, if you are wanting to like go fast, we can go as fast as you want. If you need to go a little bit slower, we can go a little bit slower. But a lot of times people know what they want, or they believe they know what they want, in terms of the website or the opt-ins and all this other kind of stuff, but they have no idea how to do it. And I break that down so that it makes sense in easy to use, everyday terms, but fast if that's how they want to go, so that they can start making money online. And so it's the transformation that people are always seeking. And so not just a bunch of how-to videos. Anybody can show somebody how to click. It's how to get through it fast and have it make sense. And so that, and when things go wrong, how to solve them, because they've understood along the way how the tech pieces work together, even though tech may not be their thing. And most likely it's not. That's not their business. But in any event, having solving the pain point, or understanding the pain point of your customers, is critical. Because let's say, again, in my business, some people are like, I just want you to do it. Like, I don't care, I don't want to know, I just want you to make it happen. And I have a place for those. And then there's some people that are like, well, that doesn't serve me long term. I might need you to help me get started, and can you teach me enough so that I can repeat and build upon it. So that has been sort of my takeaway of even 2019, of that it's not a one size fits all. And so again, with step one, it's really defining or understanding the pain point of your audience, and validate your idea of what you are solving for them, so that they have this aha transformation for whatever niche you may be in. So um, after you've done that, then the second thing I would do is then you start building an audience. That could be in a Facebook group. That could be a Facebook page. That could be Periscope. That could be a YouTube channel. It kind of depends on where your audience hangs out. Maybe it's Instagram. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's actually at an in-person thing, but you're going to ultimately deliver your content online. So let's say, you're a mom with young children, you might meet up with other moms, and your solution is, dealing with that scenario or group of women. And so you may meet these women, maybe it's weekly for tea or coffee, or probably not all those things if you're a young mom, but probably it's like you're just meeting at other people's houses just to kind of get a break and to have somebody else to talk to that isn't crying or having a fit or tired and sleepy. And so it's that group of support that you're part of. And so, in any event, but you may deliver something that meets the needs of that group of women when they are not in the company of other people. So, it's about definitely building your audience, putting out content, whether it's a blog or whether it's a podcast where people just need to listen because maybe your demographic is extremely busy and the only, watching tutorials or videos or even reading a blog isn't really the best method. And it could be that a podcast audio works for them better. Maybe it's Instagram posts with uh, pictures that are about inspiration or ideas of something. Maybe it's artist or what have you. And so you have to find what works best for your audience. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, get on Facebook, get on Facebook." Your audience might not be on Facebook. You have to know where they are and build that audience wherever they are. Maybe it's LinkedIn, maybe it's something else, but to find out where your audience is and cater to that group. Now, I wouldn't pick all of them. I mean, you might do a couple of things in the very beginning, a couple of posts or what have you to kind of see where your audience is. But once you kind of narrow down where they are, then you want to focus probably on one, maybe two at the most, so that you aren't overwhelmed because there's a lot of follow up that should happen in that group, and you want to build engagements and things like that. So once you know where your audience is, then you want to ask them, verifying again their pain points. Ask them, would they pay for, blah, blah, blah? Would they pay for a 2-week program that got their Kajabi site, their sales page, their first course up and running within 2 weeks? Ask them specifically, would they pay for this? And then you can kind of nail down the pricing, but you're starting to, you might start big with, general information and then break it down so that it's more narrow. So like a Facebook page, and I know I'm talking Facebook, is more general and public, but a group is more narrow folks. Those are people that are more interested in what you're talking about. And so the same thing could be whether it's on Instagram or LinkedIn. You might have some information that's kind of for everybody, but then you might ask people to say, hey, opt in or grab my free PDF for X, Y, and Z. And those people become your more narrowed audience, people that are actually interested, because those are the ones you want to focus on, not just random people that haphazardly come across your information and that kind of seem interested, but they aren't the action takers, and you're going to be looking for your action takers. And so once you have asked people and you've got some action takers, then you can kind of nail down what you want to um, build for them, or at least have an idea of what is going to work. Like, is it a course? Is it a live workshop? Is it a mini training? Is it something that's at a in-person event? So you will figure out what's the delivery method that works best for your particular audience. Excuse me. Woo. And then once you have narrowed down what they're willing to pay for, then you build it. And then once you build it, then you have the normal sales process and things of that nature. You might do webinars, you might do ads, you might do a short live week workshops, you might do a 5-day challenge. There's so many different ways you can go about promoting it and then make your offer, and then, of course, hopefully some sales behind it. Not hopefully, because you've already validated, you'll make your sales and then deliver it, whichever method that is. Now, of course, I'm a Kajabi user, and that's what I advocate, because all of those things can be done through some extension of Kajabi, whether it's using Kajabi's assessment in the beginning to sort of ask questions if you're sending out emails to people. You can use the ads and have that people that opt in and validated be put into your Kajabi system for people to see whether they like or are interested in your topic. And then as you're starting to build it and verify these things, you can have founding members and beta groups to make sure you're on the path, and so that you're having this constant validation of what you're actually producing, so that you can definitely nail it when you're actually doing your offer. So, just to recap, like I said, we want to validate the idea. Like I said, that can be done with ads or emails. And then you want to build your audience, and that can be whether it's via social media or groups or uh, workshops or things like that, and to find out where your audience hangs out, whether that's a physical place or whether that's in forums, whether that's um, in which social media platform that they may be in. And I would pick no more than two if I'm just starting out. And then you start communicating with them, bring value, and start asking questions of your audience to make sure you are helping solve their issues, that you are thinking about building a course or some type of training or coaching program or what have you around, so that you aren't spinning your wheels or you've built something that nobody actually wants. That would suck. And so then build it and then deliver it. And of course, in Kajabi, the all in one platform, if you're not familiar, has your email marketing in there so you can communicate. It has your opt ins or your form so that people can submit their name and email address, and deliver, whether it's a PDF. And keep in mind, while PDFs are the easiest to use for opt-ins, you might have a 3 video or 4 video training series. It's more work and it's a little bit more involved, but that might work for your audience. You also might have a 5-day challenge, which you're delivering something via email, and that too, in my in Kajabi, can be set up in there, and you can rinse and repeat that process too, so you're not having to recreate everything all over again. So, and then finally deliver it. And so those would be my steps or my strategies that I kind of tell everybody when they are looking at having an online business or thinking about it, and they're like, how do I get started, and what tech stuff do I have to need or do. A lot of it isn't the tech in the very beginning. It's really coming up with the strategy or the framework. Excuse me. um, I need more water today. Coming up with a strategy or a framework for what you're going to do next, so that when you do implement the tech, it isn't overwhelming. So let's see. I have a couple of things here right now. I need to get rid of one of these things. Um, so that pretty much covers what I had to talk about today. I think the only thing that I wanted to emphasize is, if you're looking for more detailed information, definitely join our Facebook group. It's a growing community in which we talk more about the tech behind getting your online business going. I'd love to have you there. There are a couple of questions, and that's just to help weed out spammers. And but otherwise, that's it. Let's kick off 2020 with a bang, and I'll see you next week. Bye.